Hello everybody. What I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble a spool valve engine again, and I'm going to explain to you where to troubleshoot these engines. A lot of you guys are seeing that this piece is coming apart from this piece. Understand this is very hard to make. We had to make this as a transfer tube. So what we do is we first lay it into the tube, we stick it, it will not leak out of here because there's a 24 O-ring metric right around this area. So what we do is we use a thread lock material that goes on the spool just like that. And it's green, it's supposed to be pretty strong stuff. And then we press fit it with an arbor press on the, okay. Then we wipe off the material, excess material. What we've done is taken the transfer tube and put it down the center of the spool engine. Then we'll stick on the, okay, now this transfer tube is complete. We have a number 25 O-ring in here, and it's right here. Okay, what a lot of people are trying to figure out is they're having a leak somewhere in the middle of the engine. It's really important to know these O-rings are in here. You got to check and make sure the 25's in there and it's greased. You got to make sure the number 4 is in there and it's greased. Here's the trick. These two little pins are only for alignment. It's eliminating you from putting it in backwards. That hole lays over that hole. Pretty simple. So what you want to do is you want to grease your inside of your on-off. Make sure it's lubed well. And you're going to set this in. These two flat sections go against this flat section of the motor right there. And it lays in like so. Now I'm going to lay this thing in crooked first. If you look real careful, you can see it's not perfectly level. It has to be perfectly level or it's going to leak. It's hard to line up in there. It's just not drop it in, screw it together, and let's go play. You have to have it in the right position. Okay, we take it out. We lay it in. We lay it basically on the table like this, where it's flat, and we push it down. And just wiggle it back and forth, and you'll finally feel it click around the O-ring. This is really important because if you're not got that 25 O-ring all the way around, it's going to leak. Okay, then we take a number 18 O-ring, we lay it on the top. Now what we just started doing, we took a metric 20 O-ring and lay it right on the edge of the ram housing. The ram housing is right here. It's a number 20 metric. What this does is traps all the air for you guys that are a little bit crooked in there and it's leaking and it's driving you nuts. It won't let no air out of there. It's not going to get into your ram. It's not going to get into anything else. So it's a number 20 metric that goes right here. You got to make sure this is perfectly flat. And just looking at it, it's really not perfect. You see what I mean? It's just a little bit off. So it's higher on one side. So you got it? It just clicked down for me. So you got to make sure it's all the way in there. Lay this on top of it and screw just like I'm laying on the ground. I hold this flat and screw this down. And that's how you eliminate the leaks. Another thing that you're going to do, if you have a leak right here, okay, and you can't tell if it's here or the number 6 O-ring right here, here's what I want you to do. Back off your low pressure till there's no more pressure in the gun. If you still hear a leak, it's in the seam. It's that 20 O-ring is not sealed or that 25 O-ring is not sealed. But if the leak goes away, it's this O-ring, the back one, not the front one, but the back one. That's your low pressure area. Replace it with the number 7. Your leak will go away. The 7 will fit fine. It's just a little bit tight. That will eliminate all leaks. Remember that, guys. It's not this difficult. Thank you.